how's the handling? I don't hate my life yet, which is good. Hey Johns, how you doing? Welcome back. Wait for the CarX Street release.
Cool with us, as long as we don't push our luck. It's all thanks to Street.
It does sound like generated voices. It kind of wants you to hold the handbrake and then let go at some point.
I absolutely
Oh.
love it, bro.
Not what I expected.
Like this.
I expected this to be a hard barrier. Carbon reference? Oh, I'm gonna need a while to get accustomed to this handling. So, since I wasn't sure yesterday, this game does cost money. So, the deluxe edition is like 20 bucks.
That was an epic ride. We've got to do this again.
Wow, that's a shitty voice. Holy shit. For how long can you lose control of your car?
We're almost there. Gotta go.
Like 30 seconds later. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So it's not like you're tapping the handbrake and then you're drifting. I mean, maybe sometimes. I guess it depends on the situation.
Do you want to feel the power of my car? It's equipped with N2O. Try pushing it to the max.
You know why I think the voices are AI generated? Because she says N2A instead of NOS, or Nitro. The thing is, the game's only 20 bucks, so I think we should judge it as a 20 bucks game. Would I judge Need for Speed 2015 more softly if it was 20 bucks? Yes, but it doesn't make much sense if Need for Speed was only 20 bucks.
You can store all your future
It's Boost headquarters. And this entire game reminds me a lot of Need for Speed Heat. Considering when this game released initially on mobile, it makes sense that they could have taken inspiration from that game. I heard a lot of people complaining about performance. I wonder... I mean, the number one thing that I heard, you should install the game on an SSD. Like, it has a hard time loading in everything unless you have an SSD, which is like an Unreal Engine problem. So I have a fuel gauge. I assume I have a 40-liter tank, and it shows me the rest of the distance for the race. This is the full release, yeah, game came out today. I remember this was delayed for quite a bit. They worked longer on the PC version. We'll have to refuel eventually. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna find a gas station somewhere. Although I can see it being kind of fun if you forget to refuel and then you run out of fuel during the race. I need to drift, but the AI doesn't. It's a bit of an immersion breaker if you play differently than the NPCs. I mean, the alternative to a drift would be to just brake. I can try that too. Although I think it won't be as fun. The thing is, you can play around with the field of view if you need it to feel faster. My character definitely looks like a wannabe gangster. So, welcome to Sunset City. Our team is continuing to upgrade the game. It's under development. Stick with us. Okay. I guess a livery editor is coming. The Sunset Speedway racing track. And what is that on the right? Maybe betting other players for one-on-ones? The drawing distance. Yeah, looks good so far. I don't think I'm gonna have many issues graphics-wise. Let's enjoy the game. So, I can actually try if I can get gas or something. No, that doesn't work. And I missed the checkpoint. Okay. I was kind of hoping... Wait, does it work? Okay. If you miss a checkpoint, you get an instant reset. You need an answered PC. I'm not sure. I mean, I get 150 FPS, which sounds to me like if you had like half of my graphics card, you would still have very playable 60 FPS. Like, what's half of the performance of 4080? Like a 4060 Super? A regular 4060? I don't think you're gonna have trouble getting to 60 FPS. One recommendation that I read though, you want this game on an SSD. The way the Unreal Engine works, it has a hard time loading unless you have an SSD. Payback looking like City. I generally saw a lot of Need for Speed things so far. Interface, look of the game, cutscenes, it feels familiar, right? Not like a blind copy or anything. It just feels familiar, something we've played before. But yeah, this right now definitely feels like Payback. Yeah, like it's your starter car. I wouldn't worry too much about the starter cars being slow. Starter cars should be slow. You don't want, at least I know a lot of people don't want the Forza Horizon experience where they immediately have a fast car. C, class is weight to power ratio of the car. That sounds like it could be abused with like a light car. Ah yeah, that is wear for the tires, so they made that realistic. Thing is, that's not gonna change the performance of my car. I mean, performance rating. It's gonna make it more grippy. I'll just stick to these tires. Hey, now that I know that there's tire wear, do I even want to drift? Because I'm pretty sure that's gonna make the tires need more grip. Yeah, but if I don't use my stock tires right now, when will I, right? You can drive on the rim if you completely wear down your tires. That's funny. 15 XP. So what do we see here? We see the club progress of the Wild Juniors. So there's 15 events. My level, distance, time, position. Okay. Game setting can add more traffic. Ooh, so we could lag the game with more traffic. Let's see. You can decide if you want auto or manual. Both is available. You will use your shoulder buttons, at least if you're a controller, if you want to shift. Yeah, I gotta be careful with. I wonder. Okay, now I'm curious. Look at the fuel right now, and then I'm gonna restart to see if it comes back to where we started. I think not. I think that's already the reduced fuel when you restart. The AI doesn't really know you exist. Yeah, so gotta be careful where you drive. But it will go through you. Oh yeah, definitely steered into me. Game seems hard. The thing is, the events have a certain difficulty, which means if your car is not good enough, you'll have to come back when your car is faster. Or you have a faster car. It's that kind of hard you have to work for. Hey, that was my first lag. Somebody mentioned that the game lags more over time, so it might have memory leakage. You know, the thing about the tires, I wonder if the grip degrades too, or if they are fine until they reach a certain percentage, or it's like Formula 1 tires that are grippiest when they are fresh. So I was just looking at the point system on the top and I was wondering what these points are going to be good for. Are they gonna help you level up? Are those points gonna be counting towards your experience? Tires are the same until they explode. Okay. Maybe we shouldn't explode them. You get XP for it? Okay. Then I would say it's always worth drifting even at the cost of tires. This map is kinda cool, the way you can interact with it. Also it actually feels more snappy. A liter is 100. Oh, the sport fuel. Haha. Okay, I don't think we're gonna need it right now, but there is better fuel. I'd like to know like how much better it is. I'm gonna buy one of these. Can I buy them without... Oh, you have to buy 5 at least. Can I buy them without equipping them? Nah, they are installed automatically. Buy 5. Well, I think it's fine. You're gonna run through a lot of tires. That's a little component of realism and management, which I think is fine. It might get annoying long term. We'll see. Maybe at some point, it's just something that you do automatically and you don't really think too much about it. AI is super aggressive. Yeah, well, they have their own driving path, and if you're in the way, they will ram you. To me, it appears they don't have any concept of you being on the track. I wonder if they have any concept to each other, right? If they realize that the other NPCs... Yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna be complaining about the AI voices. It does put you a bit off. The alternative would be text only, which would also annoy some people. Right, unless you pay for voice actors, you can't really win here. But I don't think that's something that bothers me too much. I shouldn't use the boost when I'm already winning. Then my bottle lasts longer. Hey, this one has been sponsored by, you already guessed it. Hey guys, Kuru here. Check out Instant Gaming for cheap game keys. Click the link in the description below. I would say ignore the AI voice acting, because I don't think it changes how you feel about the game. You know what I mean? I feel like it's something that people talk about, but that has nothing to do with how good the game is or not. In my opinion, turn off the voices if you don't want to hear them. Right, if that bothers you. If you criticize something, at least criticize reasonable things, right? I'm not gonna abandon a game because the AI voices suck. Driving model, well, I still have my starter car, so I can't really tell how it's gonna be once we have a faster car. Let's say it like this, it works. It works for your starter car. What I find interesting is if you wanna have a little bit more grip, you wanna drift. Alternatively, obviously, you can just hit the brakes and grip the corner. And I gotta say, both options seem fairly similar. At least for this car, I don't notice like a massive benefit of drifting around the corner. You can't afford voice actors. I mean, the game is cheap though, right? If you buy the deluxe edition, it's 20 bucks. If you buy the normal edition, it's 15 bucks. I wouldn't be surprised though if you could have found people that would do it for free. I would not be surprised at all if you could, like write to a few smaller racing YouTubers and ask them if they want to voice a character, Just tell them, whoa, okay, Definitely different handling once you're off the track. Car very much slipped away when I was off-road. I think that would be a good value proposition, you know, if you give like the voice acting to a creator for a character. You know, this could be their first exposure to to voice acting. Then they can use it as a reference for future projects. Hell, I might even do it for free. I haven't played CarX Drift. I cannot give you that comparison. I didn't play this on mobile, and I didn't play CarX Drift. That is actually my first look at the series, really. Subtitles are better. Well, the game has subtitles, doesn't it? So just turn off the voices. Turn off the voices in your head. Buy 30 cars. I did not buy 30 cars, or 15, what the hell? What? Buy 50 cars. What is wrong with you? I did not buy 70 cars. Hey! Achievement. I don't know what I did menu-wise, but the game thought I just bought 70 cars. Holy dense traffic. The achievement is broken by selecting cars. I thought so. Oh, that did not look like I couldn't drive over it. Yeah, I saw the Steam ratings are very low, and here's the issue. If you install the game on a hard drive, it will lag like crazy. And apparently there's still a lot of people that install their games on hard drives. Whoa, okay, there's our first reasonable crash. Doesn't have an SSD in the requirements. No, but it's one of those you should have one. It's actually one of the first posts that I saw from the developers on Twitter. Like everyone having performance issues, make sure if you have installed a game on an SSD. I mean, we're in the age of consoles having SSDs. Your PC should have had an SSD a long time ago. And now you still pay more per gigabyte, but performance-wise, you're gonna need it at some point. You're not gonna need an NVMe, but a regular SSD should be fine. Interesting. Every time I hit something, it lags. It doesn't matter if it's a traffic car or a wall, but the game has a nice frame stutter when I hit something. I'm still a little bit too afraid of these barriers. Oh. Police, police, police. Yeah, in regards of the review, I would definitely take into consideration that the game is only 20 bucks. No. I mean, maybe they have some... Nah, I don't think they have any branded cars. They have a lot of lookalikes. I have not seen actual brands yet. Wait for a Steam sale. Sure. I mean, that's always a safe way to go around things, because there's gonna be patches, especially for performance, so the game runs better. In my opinion, if you like a game and you wanna buy it, buy it. If you wanna wait for a discount, wait for a discount, right? Worth 20 bucks? Probably, yeah. Definitely played much worse games for 20 bucks. Shouldn't forgive games because they're worse. I know what you mean, but I feel like the Steam reviews are overly negative, but it makes sense if it's like TDU, where the game is just so laggy that you can't play it. Because if there's one thing that annoys me as a gamer, is a laggy game, right? You don't want to watch TV when, you know, your connection is unstable, right? Like, who would want to watch a show that is buffering all the time? And the same is true for video game. So I can see, you know, 20 bucks is cheap for a game, which means it's gonna be a game for budget gamers and racing fans alike. But if you don't have an SSD, and that's the reason the game lags, I can see why there's a lot of negative reviews, because if you can't enjoy the game because it lags all the time, then yeah, I would give it a negative review as well. So that's definitely something you need to take into consideration. It would be interesting to see the reviews if the game was optimized. But the TDU has the same issues, right? The game runs terrible on most people's PCs. How much space? I think it was like 12 gigabytes. Can I check that after I installed it? Couldn't you check that somewhere? Installed files? Oh yeah, 16 gigabytes. But yeah, I'm playing this game with a fresh mind. I do not have any experience with CarX drifting or the mobile version of Street. So yeah, these are my first impressions. Take them as such. The loading screen cries to Crew. Yeah. The thing is, in comparison to the Crew Motorfest, this actually has a decent looking speedo. I will bash the Crew forever. Oh man, I really need better brakes. How's the handling? I don't hate my life yet, which is good. I just changed my tire thickness. Yeah, that is possible. You can also change the spacers and camber. Let's see how long it takes until I find something that really bothers me. Yeah, for the handling question, I'll wait until I got more handling upgrades, because stock car, kinda hard to drive. But now with thicker tires, suspension upgrades, better tires. Actually, no, I'm actually still on the... No, I'm on the Street Plus tires. Never mind. Already use enhanced tires right now. Low fuel. I hope we have enough for the rest of the race. I could actually just... Can't actually roll, like the RPM stays really high, I just realized. That makes no sense. Yo, if I let go of the gas, look at the RPM. What is this? Dude, I can't even go into neutral, at least not on the automatic gearbox. I just realized that because how often do you let go of the gas, right? Letting go of the gas, the RPM stay high, that makes no sense. I just have enough fuel, I can't even test it. No, attention, you're running low on fuel. You know what, I'm just gonna free roam. Free roam until... I'm probably gonna have to pay a penalty. But let's free roam until we run out of fuel and see what happens. For science.
Stinker.
I'd say so too. How long does it take to run the tank empty, man? Oh, I think it's already happening. Oh yeah, now we are low. Okay, at this point I just can't go fast anymore. Enough fuel to get to the gas station, I guess. I want to try and spot fuel. How much was that? How much did I just pay? It was it was 400 for a liter. I have 40 liters, so I paid 16,000. That was not worth it. Okay, wow, that was really expensive actually. Whatever. This fuel is so expensive. I'm not gonna use it to roam around. It also recharges over time depending on how high the multiplayer on the middle of the screen is as you drive. But why can't I buy it at the gas station then? Edna refilled the sports fuel and went broke. Doesn't surprise me. It's four times as expensive and probably not even that worth it. Either way, I did it for science. Sports fuel is only used for multiplayer and elite events. Makes sense, makes sense. I mean, it's a cool option to have. What I will say about the handling, it doesn't immediately trigger me, which is usually a big trigger for me. So 15 events for the first class of opponents. Do clubs, complete them. Do lead races after the club completion. Yeah, so basically just play the game, right? Shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. And smoked by an NPC. You can steal other people's cars. Oh, you can do pink slip races. That's sick. That is a feature people keep asking for, so don't lose your best car, I would say. Simulating real traffic with real idiots. You could see it that way. So if you do a bunch of crazy stuff, you get extra experience for it. Nice driving. Oh my god. Thanks for messing me up, girl. What's going on with the traffic? Drifting shouldn't be a viable option for a racing game. And there's one exception, rally. Right? It makes all the sense in a rally game. Never seen a Miata break that badly. Yeah, in my mind, this car should have a much easier time braking as well, but I guess I'm just gonna have to buy better tires. The thing is, tires do wear, so you will have to buy new ones after a while. Alright. Dude, the traffic that comes from the side is dangerous. In case you're wondering, the game does not have a difficulty setting. The difficulty is set for each event, which means if you fail, it's because your car is too slow. Or you just suck at the game. But most of the time, it's just gonna be your car being too slow and you need some upgrades. So let's see if that was the end for the Wild Juniors. Oh wait, one more. Pink 240. So we get cutscenes for the bosses. Most wanted like intro. Very much, very much. It says Street Hunters, Drift Hunters. I can use the Speed Hunters brand. So it's a sprint race. Maybe we just have enough fuel for this race. I super respect an instant reset button. There's games where you have to press the reset button for multiple seconds, or you press it and you have to wait 3 seconds before it even does anything. And there's some games that don't even allow you to reset unless you're actually stuck somewhere. YOLO tires. That's funny. just realized it. You know, when you spend all of your money on tires, obviously it's the YOLO tires. Races with high bets where you can compete against 6 rivals. Bets vary from 1,000 credits to a car. I wonder if you can have like a pink slip race with 6 people. So you would win 5 cars. Not another Horizon knockoff. I wouldn't say so. At least that's not the first thing that comes to my mind. What's this? Night delivery. Alright. When considering you get 10 minutes, you really don't need the marker, I guess. It's just a comfort thing. But you're right, the aesthetics are definitely 2015-like at night. it's a carbon copy of the mobile game. That's what I thought. Like, why would they change all too much? I guess the main difference is that you buy the game and there's no microtransactions, which I definitely prefer. I can see that, mobile gamers might be disappointed that they have to buy the game if they played the mobile for free, but you don't have to buy microtransactions as a thank you, so I think if you're looking for a new game, I think this is worth checking out, yeah. Dude, the objects are too insane. They need to make these objects more flimsy. Like, you get so incredibly stuck on them. In my opinion, it makes sense for a lamppost, right? That this has some weight, but not a freaking chair. Did turn off the driver, which I think is gonna be primarily relevant for people that drive with a wheel. The cars are parked near the apartment. Oh, okay. But do I have to assign my cars to certain apartments then? It's kind of clever. I assume the stuff that is still locked is dark, right? Maybe not. Maybe there's just less light there. But like, just from a intuition, the stuff that is lit up is the stuff we can do, and the rest unlocks. I can tell you one thing: if this game was free and it had microtransactions, you would have way more people complaining. And I would rather pay for the game than microtransactions. Like, I like the path that they've chosen. Because I know for a fact people would be running after them with pitchforks if they made this a microtransaction hell. I'm not sure if they ever officially mentioned that the game is going to be available for purchase, because until yesterday I thought it's going to be for free with microtransactions. They kind of continue what they did on mobile, but that's not the case. Oh shit, that's a possibility. Guys, damn, I gotta continue the quest. Oops. Usually I'm really hard on games in the handling model, and there's definitely some games that I just can't play for very long because I hate the handling so much, but this is not one of them, right? At the very least, the handling is good enough for me that I want to continue playing. You want a Forza Horizon with BeamNG or set to Corsa Physics? Whoa! Yeah, leave some for the others. Poor car, man. Okay, let's turn around. Everyone that has played and seen the game so far, what would you guys say? Is it worth 15 bucks? Yes or no? Would you buy it again? Would you recommend people buying it in the first place? Yes or no? Let me hear your opinion. 15 bucks, no microtransactions. I just feel like for 15 bucks you can't do too much wrong. Definitely had bigger buyer's remorse for other games that cost me 120 bucks for like an early access version. It's not Midnight Club. Hey, you know what I like? I don't have to slow down for the event start. Like, as long as I press up on the D-pad, I can start no matter how fast I am. The argument about, it's copying Need for Speed things, you should, in my opinion. Like, even the Need for Speed guys should be copying their own games. When something is working, don't change it. Like, in my opinion, you would be stupid if you always try to reinvent the wheel instead of using elements that have already worked. Wait, why did I get a respawn? But in my opinion, if you're afraid being called, a copycat because you take elements from a game that works, that's just stupid. I will always stand by that opinion. It's better to copy something that works than make something new that is broken. That is true. They probably could have done the voice lines by hiring someone of Fiverr, or what I would have done, I would have asked some smaller YouTube content creators for racing games. There aren't that many characters in this game. I could actually very easily name you 5 YouTubers that probably would have done the job for free, just for the exposure to be in a video game. That is true. They probably could have found some talented voice actors in the community. You just make a community event out of it. Let the community send in some voice samples, and then, the more talented ones can be picked, right? The same thing is true for Trailout. I mean, they did use people to do voice acting, but man, that is one janky ass voice acting in Trailout. Very entertaining, but super janky. It gives the game a shit ton of character. But they should have had at least a script that is proper English, you know what I mean? The English itself is so broken. I would say the game is good so far. I do not have any buyer's remorse at the moment. Yeah, so what I figured out so far, the reason why the reviews are bad is because the game doesn't run well on a lot of PCs. It doesn't run well on regular hard drives. You want to have an SSD. And some people, even on like a 4060, have more lags than they would like to. So most of the negative reviews are just performance reviews, really. Which I understand, like how long are you gonna play a game that just keeps lagging all the time? Like, I feel that. I feel the frustration there. The game itself, in my opinion, is actually quite good. Especially for the price you're paying. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna have any issues playing the game with a wheel. I heavily recommend that you get tire and suspension upgrades. And yeah, make sure you buff your handling too. Like stock brakes. Stock brakes as well as stock tires suffer quite a bit. From what I can tell is I have a more positive opinion about the game because I do not encounter as many lags as a lot of people do. That being said, I noticed whenever I have a crash, the game gets a bit of a lag spike. I think the map does feel nice. I like the diversity. That is true, you can always refund it on Steam too, right? If you're not sure if it's gonna run well on your system. Play it for an hour or two, refund it if it doesn't run well. Or you wait a little bit until they bring out another patch. Also a possibility. Yeah, simple but fun, I think is a good description, man. Yeah, the two main critique points for this game have been the terrible voice acting and that the game doesn't run too well on a lot of systems. I think, dude, I hate getting blocked off in the corners. This car needs all the turning radius it can get, and if they block off the apex, I cannot get around the corner. No, the cars are not licensed. They look exactly like their real-life counterparts. They just removed the badges, from what I can tell. I gotta say, it doesn't take too much time to refuel, so it doesn't bother me that much. Would I recommend the game? Yeah, I think so. Maybe you have more pushing power later on, but at the moment, not so much. Haha, that works. Just realized, either you charge your nitrous during the race, or you pay for it at the gas station. That's how it works. An age of indie races, yeah? I mean, if AAA is fucking up, it makes space for indies to succeed. Yeah, I have to agree, like... Oh yeah, this has better handling than JDM Driftmaster. If you wanted a somewhat fair comparison. Also, the graphics are not as good in JDM. I'm not sure if JDM Driftmaster... It can't be a single guy project. The booth was actually quite big. They even rented a tricked out RX-7. It was actually kind of cool. I'm feeling pretty good about this game. Not so much about the NPCs, because they don't see you. They take their path, and if you're in the way, you're gonna get wrecked. Hey, okay, if I ran them at the absolute full fucking blast, I guess you can turn them. I didn't try to torpedo them so hard yet. Now we know. Okay, let's see what we can do. Body kits. Front wheel offset +5. Oh, do it for me. Okay, doesn't change the... Not everything changes all parts, huh? You kinda wanna spend the money. Not on this one, though. I would actually be kinda happy with this if it didn't have the fucking surfboard box on the top, man. You know, like I want everything, but the fucking box on top. I would really like this. I mean, I would have to adjust the alignment for the wheels for sure. Why is the trunk locked? I actually have to drive around with my blue trunk. Are you kidding me? Trunk customization has not been unlocked yet. I feel like matte paint looks better in video games than it does in real life. I do have a lot of choices, huh? I don't really want to spend too much money on all the customization right now, but I'll show it to you. Ooh, gear shift. Handbrake. Replacement. That's the gear shifter. Well, it definitely has more customization options than Need for Speed. I think that's gonna be a thing for a lot of people. You can even have different seats for left and right. Change your rotors. And yeah, I'm enjoying my experience with the game so far. Did buy the good tires, right? Trying for 3k. Sure. Win all club races and get a reward. Do we actually get the car, or do we just unlock the car? Yeah, this is you know, me being realistic. I always wanted a BMW M3, but I also have a family, so now I got the estate. Now I got myself the best tires. And the thing is, you actually buy 5 sets of tires. And they last you quite a while. So I think buying the best tires is definitely worth it. Also, you wanna consider twice if you want a high traffic density. It makes the game feel more alive, but you also get a lot more stuff in your way. Racing tires are always the best upgrades. I mean, it's not much different in the Gran Turismo games. The game is fun for 20 bucks? Absolutely. I'm happy to give the devs 20 bucks for the deluxe edition. It feels a bit like the run when I run this 2-lane races with a bunch of traffic. Whoa. Yeah, you pay for the game, but you get no microtransactions, which is a good trade-off. I would say the next time I feel like I'm losing, I can upgrade the car more. But I feel like, you know, making your own difficulty level by not over-upgrading and saving money is a fun way to play the game too. Gotta say, the movement in the cockpit feels super realistic. I like it. Quite immersive. This car's fast, holy shit. This is only the second speed class. Like, I'm actually looking forward to the high speed classes. The houses act as free fast travel points. That is true. I tried. Whoa! Hey, we did our first mistake. Let's go. Alright, our first break of the game. Not even my SSD could load fast enough. I mean, what also could have happened, either the ground didn't load in fast enough, or the respawn point was below the ground. Like, both is possible here. Ooh, now I can only think about how much I can break the game when I have a faster car, right? This is the second speed class, and I think there's 4 or 5 more. But this looks normal. This looks intended. Okay, so I do recommend the game, but you should install it on an SSD, and you should have a decent machine, because currently, what's he doing? Wait, did they all miss the finish line? No, okay. It looked like they did though. It really looked like they did. The way they were all like hovering in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, of course you have an interior camera. Turned off the driver. Whoops. Don't really want to see him. Guys, sleep tight. Come back tomorrow for more. And good night. Bye bye.